Hello and welcome to Talk Bowling episode number 47. I'm John Condon.
I'm Tony Rucco. Talk Bowling is proud to bring you the latest information from the bowling industry, bowling tips, and updates on the largest internet bowling website, bowlingball.com.
Not good for a second take.
Good to go. I don't know why it took the other guy so long to remember that.
I know. Wow, we're still getting used to this, huh?
Yeah. If you missed us last week, we are short Brian.
And we'll be short Brian for
Yes,
a while.
he's no longer with us. He had an opportunity to move on, so we got a lot of nice words throughout the week, which was nice. We'll pass it on to Brian. We still see him occasionally.
Actually, I told him
He still bowls with him
Tuesday night. Yep.
So,
but this will probably be the last time we mention him on the show.
yeah, I won't mention him again.
As he tries to get used to reading the intro and,
That's right.
and being ready. Alrighty, let's get into. First question came from Michael A.
Yeah.
I have always used my regular performance ball for throwing at spares by not giving it any hand. It works for me, but I noticed that the pros seem to always use a plastic ball for shooting spares. I'm not sure what advantage this would give. Can you enlighten me? Well, I want to first start with not giving it any hand. It's just a term that maybe not everybody knows.
Yeah, just kind of taking, I guess, there's no way to say it without using lingo, but taking your hand out of it a little bit. Not trying to create any lift or roll on the ball, just trying to get it off your hand, basically.
Yeah.
And make it go as straight as possible.
Often by not cupping your wrist at all, or
just
kind of,
like I said, not really trying to lift through the ball much, trying to just kind of
let it go,
get it out of there. All right, the best answer for this question is, one, these guys are bowling for their life. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So missing a spare here and there can make or break their whole week. Basically, a league bowler can get away with it a lot of times because 9 out of 10 times the shot's the same every week you walk in there. Usually house shots are walled up a little bit, so there's a lot of oil in the middle, and you can get the ball to go long enough that even if it starts to break a little at the back end, it's still going to get that 10 pin, or you can kind of hook it across the lane at a 7 pin and be okay. They're bowling on, I don't know what it is now, 8 or 9 different patterns. Right. On a weekly basis. So when they do that and they use a spare ball, they don't have to worry about the lane conditions. 9 out of 10 times they have a point that they stand on and a point that they throw to, and it doesn't matter if the lanes are extremely oily or if they're bone dry. That gets the ball where it needs to go. They may move a little bit based on the lanes because a plastic ball can still hook a little. But basically that's why it's because it's one less thing they have to think about. They don't have to worry about trying to hook the ball across the lane at a 7 pin and they miss a little bit and it catches the dry early and hooks early.
Right. That's probably the 99% of the reason. I like the other 1% that a lot of them have a sponsor on the ball.
John likes to think that way. It is. There's that PBA. I forget what they call it. They have a name for it, and not everyone's included in it. They take some of the bigger name bowlers and they divvy them up against the sponsors, and they get those cool visiballs to throw. So yeah, part of it is that. I think their deal with them is that the ball has to be on the rack. I think what the deal is. If you'll see some guys actually. I've seen them not use it before, but the ball's sitting there with the logo nice and prominent on the ball rack. So
it gets shown anyway.
So it gets shown either way. But that's why they're using maybe the balls they're using. Otherwise, you'd probably see just basic old spare ball going down the lane.
Right.
So,
but the fact that it doesn't hook, you be more consistent.
Your margin for error is greater with a spare ball. I don't care what anyone tells you. It is, and when you're bowling on a league shot,
greater with a spare ball.
Your margin for error is greater, or I'm sorry, your margin for error is lower. Right, you can miss more with a spare ball and still get the pin.
Right,
and even if you do, like I always use a spare ball, but in league sometimes I'll throw my first ball.
Yeah,
you can get away with it. So
you just don't feel like going back and grabbing the
it's a waste of time. So hopefully that helps you.
Yes. Next one.
I think it's Karen. I thought about it.
Karen.
I'm going to call her Karen because she was making fun of me anyway. So if it's wrong, that's what you get. Karen L. With the exception of high-tech equipment, how can you determine your rev rate that you bowl at? We didn't. I wasn't here. But in episode 18, they discussed this.
Yeah, we went through the math and how to calculate it.
Right.
The proper way would be to use a CATS.
Yeah, if you can get to a training center, a lot of bowling centers won't have cats, but if you have a training center nearby, we're lucky because we have Kegel right up the road. But if you have a training center like that, or if you have the opportunity. Even I think they do it out at the bowling stadium. If the national event, if you catch it in the right year, I think they do it at the bowling stadium also. But that's the best way to do it. But
Most accurate, yeah.
Right, they did give a method to do it, and you need a couple people, a camera, and we gave you the math. So if you go back and check out episode 18 on talkbowling.com, you can find out all that.
See, we were on top of it before it was even asked.
That's right.
All right. Starting at less than $5 a month, web hosting from GoDaddy includes 99.9% uptime, 24/7 support, and free access to the GoDaddy hosting connection. The place to quickly install over 50 free applications like WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, OS Commerce, and much more. Plus, enter the code BOWL8 to save an additional 10% off any order. I believe it's BOWL8. If you go to talkbowling.com, click on the affiliate links and look at GoDaddy, there's 3 different codes, and actually there's a 4th one that I haven't put up there yet because I didn't see it, where you can save 20% off a hosting plan.
That's even better.
So I will get that put up on there. Talkbowling.com. Look for GoDaddy.
Some restrictions apply.
See site for details.
Exactly.
Get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.
Wow. All right. We asked last week, and everyone said that they would like the question of the week to stay. So we will do that.
I was actually surprised by that.
Yeah,
I really was.
I didn't get it because we don't get a lot of answers sometimes. Sometimes we only get a couple answers, really. But this week we seem to get a lot of response saying, yeah, keep it. So you must like it. I guess I do that too at home. I guess I don't answer them, but I know I like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So here we go. 2 weeks ago, episode 45, we asked who was the youngest bowler to shoot a perfect game.
Right.
And the answer is Chaz Dennis of Columbus, Ohio. He was 10 years, 2 months, and 27 days old, beating the next closest young man by 20 days.
Couldn't get how many hours and seconds in there?
I didn't.
Hours, minutes, and seconds?
I wasn't in charge of this question. I would have had it down to the second.
That's good.
I wasn't in charge of it. So there you go. I didn't see actually if anyone got it. I'm sorry.
I think somebody did, but doesn't mean anything because we didn't write it down.
Yeah, I don't know. If you did, good way to go. This week's question: who was the first woman to shoot a televised 300 game, and in what year was this done?
I have no clue.
I can't remember. I'm gonna hope I wrote it down somewhere.
All right. In closing, please remember that bowlingball.com is free shipping on every item every day. No hidden handling fees, no packaging fees. The price shown is the price you pay. No surprises.
That's right. Remember that.
Love emphasizing that.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Just in us, I guess.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you
See
very
you
much.
later.
Hello and welcome to Talk Bowling, episode number 47. I'm John Congdon.
I'm Tony Rucco. Talk Bowling is proud to be bringing. I forgot all about that. I was waiting for the third person to say their name.
Again.
Like, wow.
You wanna
No
go
one's there.